extremely difficult, very hard hold, but I'm going to explain the hows, the whys as it was done live on screen share this morning. My name is Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to bring you high level professional day trading education right here on YouTube and on X, all for free. So let's get into it. I hope you guys all had a wonderful day. Give me one sec as I pull up my charts. We're doing it live. Okay, one quick sec, folks. Okay, let's rock and roll. So, for those of you that are just joining us, just a real quick spiel I make every day. These blue levels represent technical support and resistance levels that I strike 30 minutes prior to the market open. Okay, these are our trade plans that I develop. Again, 30 minutes to the market open. Nothing changes. All of these levels have been pointed out. And today we're going to be going over 3 specific trades. The very first trade here was an absolute banger of a long on Qs. Yeah, let's go over Qs long first. So the trade plans are low levels, depending on where we're opening up. So we're going to open up there. The low levels are a long. The upper levels are a short. So you can see, no matter what, each trade plan that I would have developed, the long, the short, and the short worked absolutely flawlessly. But what I took here was the long coming down into this level. And that was some basically the previous close that was backed by a shitload of support. We had a bunch of moving averages. So you might be wondering, well, what was your risk on this? I would have risked low of day and the 50 SMA, which is about 1 point away, which I'm completely comfortable with, especially on a $600 stock on Qs or ETF, and then a $700 stock or ETF on SPY. So I locked in a $1,732 trade on that, and basically equating from best entry to top sell. That is a 100% move that I was able to extract. And then let's go over let's go to Qs, which was a reset trade. It's going to be a little backwards here. But on Qs, later on in the morning, as I was dealing with this trade on SPY, this was a reset short. That's how it was labeled during the pre-market plan of attack. So I didn't necessarily want to execute a secondary short as I was still working the short from here, which was heavily protected, and it just squeezed through into basically maximum risk. It did go a little bit higher, but I was watching Qs in that case, and we're going to cover that here in a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. So I ended up executing the reset short to counteract this, even if Qs only pulled to here. With the sizing, and that's what I took there, with the sizing that I took to counteract this, right? Because I need to counteract this, that the one trade on SPY isn't going well, and I have a good opportunity to get back green or at least minimize the damage that has been done if it doesn't want to work. So it's a tactic that I'll use. If the opportunity is sound enough, I will pressure in. So I ended up pressuring in on this and locked in $10,025 on that, which would have counteracted a loss on SPY had I stopped out. So as I was leaving this morning, one sec, let me clean up this chart. I'm going to go into SPY. I just want to get zoomed in for you guys. So what I was watching here was this. There's a little bit of a trend here. So this is the level. I initially entered the level short into here, and it looks like it's far away, but it isn't. At the end of the day, you're looking from 689 up to 690.31. It's a little bit better than a point. All in on that, it was about a point and a half worth of risk, which again, on a $700 stock is minimal. Now, you'll take a look at the, one sec. at the entries here, and I traded this multiple times. So I had already locked in on this initial short, and it was a really nice one, executing, paying myself, locked in a little bit here, size down, and then size down in here. And I'm manipulating the trade. I'm just managing this trade. Now, what a lot of people, what a lot of inexperienced traders will do is right up at highs when it's like that, and it's already went into your risk because this is risk. But if you take a look, I really want you guys to pay attention here because this is the most important part. I'm going to squeeze this up a little bit so then you guys can really see. So this level is the risk. I want to walk you through something. It might seem a little goofy and a little silly, but I'm going to walk you through it. Now, although there was still a level of confirmation, it's not truly confirming through basically it's a continuation. It breaks. You can see here when it broke this, it came up, but did not continue. It pulled back, comes down here, pops back up. This is the new level, the new high watermark that we're watching. It did not break that at any time. You cannot stop out on a trade just because your emotional level is heightened. Okay. It's not telling you to stop out. There's no continuation on the confirmation. And again, here, if you look here, it did the exact same thing. It went slightly higher, but there's no continuation. In order to stop out on a trade, you have basically, let me backtrack. You need to give these trades time to work or stop you out. There's only two things that these trades can do. They will either work or not work. And I know that that might sound goofy, but that's the truth. That's how basic this can be. And if the chart, if you are strictly looking at this chart from a purely professional, unemotional standpoint, it's telling you not to stop out. In no way, just because this may be risk, there's no continuation. It might go higher with a candle and higher with a candle, but there's no continuation on it. Now, I'm not saying you wait all the way up to there to stop out. On the secondary candle, like on this push here, where it pushes up, this candle needs to properly close at highs, showing that there is a true continuation play. None of those did it. So it might look a little wild to inexperienced traders, but it isn't. It's not at all. Completely under control the entire time. Now, as it did that right on these last moves here, right at those last ads, right there, I'm taking an ad, okay? Because it's telling me it's not going any higher. And then I want to show you my last ad. My last ad is where I had all the confirmation I needed. It's done. It's about to pull back. I talked about it all morning that it is going to give you one opportunity to get out, and then it's going to squeeze up. Now, the opportunity on this ended up being a pretty big opportunity. Usually they aren't in these situations. Usually what the pullback, and I'll show you here where I added here in a sec, but usually it'll give you a pullback and then it just immediately breaks and it'll grind up the rest of the day. I've got a video on this in the live section, probably 3 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. But right here, I need to make sure that this is precise right there. So I want you to follow my cursor here. As we come up, we come into the level, we fail. It pops back up, doesn't continue, pulls down, holds this, tries to get through, can't, finally pushes through. Just follow me. As it comes back down, it holds that level yet again, pushes into that high water mark, pops through, no confirmation. It pulls back and it gets back through this. There's actually a lot of volume right at that mark, guys. That it's very hard to see if you are untrained and inexperienced. It's going to be very difficult to see at the time that it's happening. It's easy to mark it out and it looks like hindsight, but that's why that ad is done exactly there. When it sliced through that level up top, pop back up, I'm telling you it's done. That's a level of experience. That's over a decade of experience telling you. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to necessarily implement that into your trading like tomorrow. Again, it takes time. It takes a lot of time and a lot of experience and able to see stuff like that live and in the moment, and not just to be able to see it. Anyone can make a call. It's about putting your money where your mouth is when you're already underwater in a position and you see the one moment to correct that average heavily. I do it. I take it. I've completely accepted this trade and whatever comes of it. So on that note, it comes down and I pay myself and I lock all that fucking size in and I'm done. It is not a big trade at all. All of that work, all I locked in was $482. That's a lot of work for under 500 bucks. But the second part to the story on SPY, you may read cues here, this reset trade I talked about earlier, as a separate trade. In my eyes, the way I'm looking at it, it isn't. It's part of the same trade. It's a way to leverage your profit on the singular trade on SPY. You're simply just executing on cues. And again, I know that might sound goofy, but all of this stuff, it is all mentality and it is all mindset. This sort of shit here, everyone thinks that trading is all about executing or taking the trade. It isn't. It's about that much of it. It all has to do with your mentality, mindset, and your focus, your drive, your determination to do the best you can at any given moment and to trade with the utmost professionalism at any given moment during the day. And that's what I'm doing. I do not stop out. I've been completely transparent about this on this channel as well as my members. When we open up, or sorry, when we bounce from lows and we come straight up with no significant pullback, I've told my members a million times, I will not stop out. It's not going to fucking happen. Why? It's not about fighting a trade. It has nothing to do with that. What that is understanding the relationship between distance and retracement. There is a retracement coming. When we start ranging like this, the clock's ticking. The clock's ticking. You're going to get that one opportunity to get out, and it'll generally take you into that support level. Now, I wasn't as patient to wait for that support level because I was running out of time in the morning and I had to go take care of some shit up at the house. And then I would have had to come back if this trade was red. But again, the confidence that I had in this trade, I'm good. I know, and this is going to sound silly, I know what these are going to do. And I've proven that a million times live before it happens, not after it happens, and then dissecting the chart like these goofy motherfuckers out there. It is all done before. This is how you trade professionally. And again, I'm not saying you're going to be able to withstand that pressure in these trades, but sometimes in order to push yourself, you really need to sit back, watch these trades unfold, and accept whatever comes your way. Have a maximum determined risk, which was my gap fill up there, which is that upper level on SPY. It did not confirm, nor did it have a continuation on that confirmation. There's nothing there telling me that I'm going to stop out here. I will not stop out. Low of day, straight up into gap fill with no pullback. None. There's not a single proper significant pullback on this chart. This always has to happen. Now, I'm not talking about all the way down here, but it needs to give you a significant pullback. It has to, period. That's how it is. So again, if you're not understanding this or you want to type away some nonsense, watch it again and watch it again and watch it again, because the information I just gave you in this video will make you an extreme amount of money through your career, because most people will stop out right up at highs or right up at highs. And that's how you take these big losses when it told you not to get out. This chart told me not to get out. There is no reason to get out. Why the fuck would I get out? The only way that you get out is when you give in to your emotions. I even described that all of this volume up here, all of the movement up here is institutional. They're trying to fuck with you, right? Again, this is 11 years plus now of experience. I should actually take a look because it's probably pushing 12 now. So that's what I got for you, folks. If you want to learn how to come do this professionally, come to tricktrades.com. And if not, you want to chase your tail for months or years longer, by all means, you have every right to. I've got 1,500 free videos with this level of education and knowledge on it. You just got to sift through it. That's up to you. Okay, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day. What a banger of a day. I love trades like this because it makes me express my hard work. I need to then focus on these trades. You're never going to learn anything when we open here, comes down into the support, bangs off that level, goes straight up. I get nothing out of those trades. These trades up here, executing here and working the trade where I have to focus and watch, and it's a game of cat and mouse against me, against the market. I fucking love that shit. I live for that shit. I love it. Okay, guys, have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow.